Hey friends, Adri here again for Simple Start Nutrition, or AKA food, AKA please no. So to put your mind at ease, curly day, I am not gonna go over anything diet related as far as like what diet I think you should do or not do. I'm not going to get into all that because, well, I do have a degree in health science. I do not have a degree or certification in nutrition. There's a ton there to unpack. So I just want to go over some basics and ask you hopefully questions that get you driving down a path that will help you to unpack your possibly just negative feelings on the subject or shed some light on something that you hadn't thought of before, and then just have a simple start. So in review, how did this last week go? Okay, last week was the home. All right, our two, what did we do? Two simple starts, and then one more if you were feeling really pumped. So the first one was to keep your main areas clean and tidy. And for me, that's the kitchen and master bedroom. Okay, it's kind of our great room. So if you have a great room, I included that with it. And then 2 was to schedule weekly/nightly priorities. So what to do before bed, what to do on certain days of the week. Tuesdays is laundry for the kids. Wednesdays is laundry for me. Fridays is bathrooms. And then I vacuum on the other 2 days. You know, one day's downstairs, one day's upstairs. So it's like splitting that into different days and different items on your list. Doesn't feel like you're always doing laundry, you're always doing something. So that way, hopefully for you, it doesn't feel like you're always doing the chore that you don't love. There's just that one time. And then, that was 3. Sorry, that was 3. My notes here are a little backwards. And then, so the second one was wake up early. Okay. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I make a commitment to do something, it ends up being challenged. There ends up being extra resistance. Do you guys meet that this week? Like 3 out of the 7 days, my kids were up either just yakking. Adelaide was up at 3 o'clock a couple different times. Archer was up at 4 once. So I'm like, I want to get up at 6, but I can't get up at 6 if I've been up from 3 to 5. So it was just such an interesting time where it's like, okay, we're trying to do this thing, and then you're met with the resistance. So my encouragement to you is if it didn't happen how you wanted last week, just keep at it. Keep that set. Things will mellow back out. And if you miss a day, you miss a day. I have a goal tracking sheet, and there's a check mark for either goal met by the appointed time or goal not met yet. Okay, so we'll go for the not met yet time. Also, healthy habits, unhealthy habits, all those questions I gave you guys last week for the brain dump. Let me know how it went in the comments, because again, there can be a lot of different baggage to unpack. So if you didn't do that, let's go ahead and just jump into this week. So another brain dump. Okay, so set aside that 10, 15 minutes to do a brain dump. Again, for now, food. How you feel about food. The emotions that bubble up when you hear the word diet. When you hear weight loss. Okay, a lot of big emotions, especially for women, with the images we see and are thrust upon us. And anybody been fat shamed by their doctor before? How often do you exercise? How often do you do this? And then they look at you and been there. Okay. Still trying to lose that baby weight. I have a goal. We're going to go through that a little bit just to give you a little personal story on that to hopefully give you some gumption for yourself here. But you're probably thinking, why did you start with the home and nutrition? Well, these two are very important, and not only nutrition, but just the food. Because you moms out there, you know, your kid's middle name is hungry, right? or their first name, because, hi, Mom. And you're like, hi. Like, I'm hungry. Hi, hungry. I'm your mother. Yes, I know you're hungry all the time. So I was just going to give some ideas also along those lines to try to keep your littles fuller longer. And what I do to just try to keep them on a schedule. Again, it doesn't have to be color-coded rainbow homeschool mom schedule. It's okay. It can be however you want it to look. It doesn't have to be written down, okay? This is pretty easy. So let's get the home and food under control, those physical barriers, so that we can jump in the next couple into self-esteem, okay, and self-care. Okay, so that we can dig in personally and be introspective, because that's really difficult. And I know some of you might have dug up already stuff that's been a little bit hard to swallow about some things already. So we're gonna get this under control. It's gonna be good. And you guys, it is the hardest thing to do, is to be introspective, but it's also like the best thing to do, because you're honest with yourself and you're willing to let God work on that ugly part of you. You're willing to be open and real with your husband, okay, or a good friend if you're not married yet, and get some accountability, okay? Be real and raw and as you are, so that you can also lay it down. A lot of these burdens we carry around all the time are not ours to bear. His burden is light. His burden is easy, okay? We have to cast it on Jesus. All right, so ready? Food is not inherently evil. Now we know that, yet when a lot of things like diet and stuff is talked about, and sugar bad and all these things, poison and all, like the way it reacts in your body, yes, it might be harmful. Sugar does act like a drug in the brain. It lights up certain areas. But in and of itself, don't personify it like you have to be scared of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not inherently evil. It's not coming to get you. It's not popping up out of nowhere to dance in front of your face to tempt you, okay? It's not alive. I mean, plants grow and they're alive, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not coming after you, okay? It's not inherently evil, okay? We have to shed that whole mentality away, all right? So a word about control versus food-related diseases. I've known several girls in my life who have either been bulimic or anorexic. And if you struggle on that deeper level with food controlling your life, not just having self-control, but literally controlling your life, and you're drowning and you're harming yourself, please get help. Please see a therapist who specializes in food disorders, okay? You are beautiful as you are. You are worthy. You are wonderful. You do not need to do this to yourself. Please do not harm yourself. I'm like tearing up, because literally, I know girls who have done this to themselves. And it breaks my heart. It breaks God's heart. This is not his plan for you. So please, please get help, okay? Another psychological thing that I think is possibly, at least for me, I feel like it's a little bit disruptive and negative, is using the word cheat day or cheat meal. Now you're like, Adri, come on, don't be so, whatever. You're just being silly. I don't know. Like, it kind of glorifies being bad. It kind of glorifies eating the not good food. Hey, then you're only looking towards that cheat meal. At least I've known several people when they're so pumped about their cheat meal, and the rest of their life is like a living hell almost as compared to food, especially when you get started, right? And I like the idea of a treat meal. Yay, let's have a little treat. So maybe changing it, let's be that change, okay? Calling it a treat meal instead of a cheat meal. But also shifting our minds that the way you eat should be a lifestyle. It shouldn't be, while it might be drastic to change lifestyles and hard at first, you're going for something that's sustainable. So I don't like you suffering, okay? Again, I'm not gonna recommend any, I don't really do cheat meals either. So for me, I'm trying to cut more sugar. I'm gonna cut all sugar in all forms, wherever it's at, which is a good thing, glucose, sucrose, fructose, high fructose corn syrup, sugar itself, brown sugar, honey, all those things, even though I know it's honey, okay, it's still processed through the body in a similar way, same way, is being reasonable about everything. So I'm going to add more fruits and veggies. I'm going to more so veggies, right? I'm going to do more proteins, less refined carbs, okay? Because a lot of things are carbs. Oh, that reminds me, I have something to read to you guys. And then cut sugar. So that's where I'm at right now as I'm getting back on this bandwagon more recently that I've kind of been up and down on again because my third child was super hard. She'll be 3 in April. I finally, a couple months back, stopped breastfeeding. But hormones, man, the brain capacity just wasn't there, and trying to keep up with all the things in life was hard. So I encourage you, instead of, I'm going to do full on keto, if you want to do that, great. Make attainable goals, maybe for the next month. And then once you've really got that, you've cut a lot of different things, maybe cut caffeine, cut sugar, cut whatever, then go into maybe a more intensive healthy lifestyle addition, okay? Go slow. By the way, I'm just talking right now. This is get your mind wrapped around some things, get some ideas. This is not part of the Simple Start. Woohoo! So it's really simple this week. So, all right. Also, don't get fixated on the food. Don't be focused on the food. We focus on Jesus. If you're always focused on what should I eat, what should I not eat, when's the next time I'm supposed to eat, no. We plan for stuff, but we focus and fix our eyes on Christ. Okay, so that's it can be a whole shift into, again, food is a fuel for our body. Okay, it's really a lot of, not a lot of other things. Okay, it's a fuel. Okay, it's not complicated. We can make it really complicated. And wow, what a first world problem we have if we're even having this discussion, right? I get to choose any number of meals, any number of ingredients that I want to have. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Keep turning your eyes back on Jesus. All right. More on that in a second, because really it's everything. But beware of the looks trap, right? Again, with that body image stuff, all right? It's okay to have goals. I want to get thinner. I want to be back, be careful about the pre-pregnancy weight, because your body did something amazing if you've had children. It grew a child, possibly nursed that child for months, if not years. Hello. And as you get older, it's different. The fat retained and let go, it does ebb and flow. That doesn't mean if I'm super fat, I'm super healthy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying to produce good quality milk, your body will hang on to more fat to do that. It will. That's biology, okay, for women. And as you move into the birthing years, your hips widen, all the things. It's not a bad thing. You shouldn't want to have a teenager body. You're a woman. Woo! Okay, awesome. So just be aware of it. Have a healthy goal for yourself in mind. Be thankful for who you were in the past and appreciate who you are now and have a healthy goal for who you are now, right? Okay. So, a quote I heard, and now I can't remember who said it, but it's, sugar doesn't make me sweet. God does. I thought that was really good. Okay. Okay. I feel like this goes back to sorry, I could have rearranged my notes a little bit here, but this goes back to more the food-related diseases and illnesses. Is food will not fill the void. Food will not bring somebody back to life. Food won't end the pain. Food will only momentarily make you feel better and then make you feel guilty and worse if you've packed on the pounds. That was me 2 years ago. Went through this horrific experience with our small church pastor and his wife. I felt like I was gaslit, and I believed, and my phone's falling. Not today, Satan. Not today. We're going still. Woo. Man, tell you what, try to get personal. You try to share about Jesus. Watch out. Watch out. Okay. When somebody really tries to go after you personally, you can run towards all sorts of things. And I was healthy about some things for my emotional, spiritual self, but I also used food to feel better, I don't know what, I'm sad, I went or walked to the pantry. It's such a weird thing. A lot of times when we're bored, even, we just walk to the pantry, or at least I do. It's like, what am I doing in here? Close the door. So I've put some other things actually on the inside of my pantry door. Another just tip. What are you doing in here? Well, Post-it note. I should make it prettier or something. I don't know. Then I have a sitting chart in there. I've got things on the inside of a lot of my cabinets actually, but food is not there to comfort you. I know we even have, again, that term, that psychological term of comfort food. It feels cozy in the winter months and like you're full in a different way, and I get it. But if you're in real pain, run to Jesus and get some good Christian help. Christian counselor even, okay? A lot of us need therapy for a lot of different reasons, and that's not wrong. So I'm not saying if you're there, doing it right now, that food won't help again in the short term. But you're trying to fill this deep, hurting place that food can't satisfy. Okay, because you're just hungry again. You're hungry again. Or you're eating because you're not even hungry and you're bored and all the things. Stop. Okay? Again, don't be fixated on food. Fix your eyes on Christ. Hebrews 4:15-16 is our verses this week that goes with food and nutrition. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but one who in every aspect has been tempted as we are, yet without sin. Let us with confidence draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace to help in time of need. Again, that's Hebrews 4:15-16. Guys, we have a great high priest who understands. He understands everything we've gone through. And I'm so thankful for that. I'm so thankful that he gets it. Okay. In his time, it was more so maybe they got one meal a day. Okay? One should not live by bread alone, but by every word of the Lord. Okay? That was his rebuke to Satan. Okay, when he fasted in the desert, right? Like, it's bread. God knows what you need. He will supply what you need. Don't worry about it. Don't fret over it. Don't fixate on it. Fix your eyes on Christ. All right, another tidbit for moms. Don't finish your kids' meals or snacks. Again, sounds very straightforward. Sounds really easy. Sounds very like, duh, Adri, but I grew up in a house that we got the, what was it? Like, there are starving children in Africa. Finish your food, right? Like, yeah. I don't use that so much with my kids. Not that it's wrong to think that, because we should be aware of those less fortunate and disenfranchised. But that doesn't mean, Mom, that you need to finish the food. Save what you can, if it's savable. If not, throw the crust away, throw that extra, whatever it is, throw it away. That's okay, all right? And then you can be better. Sometimes they're really hungry. I get it. Sometimes they're not, but don't finish it, okay? Don't finish it. All right. Again, we're not to the simple steps yet, so these are just ideas. If you want to grab it, run with it, great. Write it down. That can be something to chew on or to run with this week. But another thing I was thinking about was, for me, when meal planning, it was hard when I first got started, and sometimes I'm still great at it, and sometimes I'm still not. But I thought, well, I should top 3 favorite meals. So ask your husband, okay? Especially if he's like, oh, we're having this again. Oh, he might get, might not be a favorite meal anymore if you do it all the time. But when cooking it then, say it's like a chicken breast, chicken cordon bleu or something like that. So then you could get out double the chicken, do the chicken cordon bleu stuff, and then just bake up the rest of the chicken so that you can chop it up for salads, that week, or sandwiches, or do like chicken fajitas the next night or something like that. That way you can do his favorite meal, but then you use that extra protein, whether ground beef, whatever it is, and then you'll have another meal or another several meals to do that week. So that's just a tidbit to utilize your time a little bit more wisely, because a lot of times the thawing, I need to remember to thaw the meat. I need to remember to cook. Okay, then we're going to cook it. And then definitely if you're using a grill or a smoker, then that's a lot of time eaten up. So if you can save it that time the next night or the next, couple days, we're winning. We're winning at life and we're feeling good. Woo! Okay, so that was a lot to just think through, a lot to, digest and stuff. Make sure you do your brain dump this week. Here we go for our simple starts, okay? There's 2 this week. First one, drink half your body weight in ounces or more. All right, so if you weigh 150 pounds, then you drink minimum 75 ounces of water per day. And track it. Like if you have like a hydro flask or something, figure out how many ounces is in there. So if you have the, whatever is this, maybe 20 ounce, 25 ounce, I'd have to pour it into my little, measuring thing, pour it in, double check. Okay, this is 20 ounces. Oh, wow, I need to do 4 of these a day. I need to do 5 of these a day, whatever it is, and track it, okay? Because skin, hair, nails, body function, energy, all of it, water is so, so needed. And then you won't be as hungry either, because a lot of times when you're like, I'm hungry, you might just be thirsty. So if you're going for your water, you might just be dropping pounds because you realize you're not hungry, you were thirsty, okay? And by the way, if you feel thirsty, your body's already dehydrated. So drink up that water. I love adding lemon to my water for an extra vitamin C boost, light detoxer. It's good for the kidneys, which I need because I used to have kidney stones, but it's not a treatment. Okay. Some people like peppermint. Whew, it's a bit much for me, but if that extra refreshing boost to your day, great. Peppermint's awesome too. Or spearmint for the wusses like me. It's really good. And the second simple start, moms, slow down to eat. Slow down, right? I know we're rushing from thing to thing, but the truth is, if you're always rushing to eat, you will eat more because your body doesn't catch up to the fact that you've already been full 6 bites ago. If you need to eat after the kids are doing quiet time or whatever it is, or you just, I don't know, put on a morning show for them. They get the one show in the morning. They get Adventures in Odyssey, so an audiobook. Whatever you need to do to be able to slow down when you consume your food and sit down. Okay, it's very important for your digestive system to be sitting while you're eating. Okay, slow down, sit down, consume your food. And again, stop when you're full. All right? You don't have to finish your meal if you're like, I thought I was hungrier than this and I'm full. Throw it away or save it, but stop. Okay? And be grateful. And then you can maybe realize, like, I don't need to eat this much. I can start portioning back because I'm actually stopping when my body says to. Okay? So another tip, because I said I'd give you this tip, which I just remembered, is for your kids. So my kids get breakfast, usually around, sometimes the kids get up earlier, sometimes not. Sometimes they get a little something and then we have actual breakfast. But around 7:30 or 8, that was breakfast time. And then we do snack at 10. So it's not, Mom, I'm hungry, Mom, I'm hungry, Mom, and they're eating all morning. No, they eat their breakfast. And then at 10 a.m., they have a snack. And then again, they stop. If they're still hungry after snack, I'm like, that was your snack. Okay? We're done. Off to play. All right? Don't let them keep pestering you. No. 10 o'clock, that was your snack. Then at 12, we have lunch. And I'm trying to really encourage my kids. This is your lunch. Don't leave the table until you're full. Because my son, especially, he could eat and eat and eat, but then he gets excited to go play or go do something else. And I'm like, Archer, are you full? Are you still hungry? He's like, yeah, I'm hungry, Mom. Okay, come back to the table. I'll get you something else. So then I encourage them to, again, not shove their mouths, really fast or anything, but to leave the table when they're full. Because a lot of times the kids have the opposite problem, is they'll just eat what you give them. But if it wasn't enough, they'll just leave, and then they're still hungry. So up the protein, moms, up the protein, because that'll help them feel fuller longer. There's a great little like peanut butter balls, okay, with the quick oats, peanut butter, maybe a little honey, banana in there, or you can add flaxseed for some extra fiber and protein. What else do I put in mine? A little cinnamon usually, and then you just ball them up, pop them in the fridge. Sometimes mini chocolate chips. And that's a good little snack, a couple of that. We like veggie straws, et cetera, et cetera. Again, it's not about the food itself, but upping the protein can really help their little bodies stay fuller longer as well. Same for you, upping the protein, especially if you're pregnant, especially if you're breastfeeding, okay? You need another, I forget what it is, 200 milligrams or something of protein. Nope, that's not right. I can't remember. Look it up. And then we've been mostly skipping afternoon snack, but it depends. You can tell when your kids are on a growth spurt. When they're on a growth spurt, feed them, okay? And then we'll have dinner at 5, typically. So that's my encouragement to you. If your kids feel like they're always pestering you about food, you get them on a food schedule. Okay, it's not good for their bodies to be constantly digesting either. Not good for you. It's not good for your kids. You should have meal times to where they can actually metabolize, they can go out running, they can come back in and they can have their meal, but then they're not always sitting at the table. They're not walking around eating. They're not driving you insane. So, all right. So those are my simple starts. And I have one other thing. Hey, Lady Lay. Speaking of little babies, here you go, honey. Here's your water. Give her the water. Okay. You want to come say hi? Oh, baby girl. You used to be on a lot of my lives, didn't you? All right. So I just wanted to read. I got this awesome email recently from, honey, you're not to do this. Olivia, can you go back in my room? Oh, Olivia. Yes. To what? See if her phone is in there. Oh, no. Should be in the bed. Okay. So Dr. Tina Moore sent me, she's awesome. She's a functional medicine doctor. I follow her on Instagram and she's great. And so she sent an email recently just kind of giving everybody the basics again of carbs, proteins, and fats 101. And I thought it was really good. And I was just going to read it to you guys just to get a reminder of what we're dealing with. Okay. So let's do this. So in the most basic terms, carbs are carbohydrates, right? They're essentially broken down into simple sugars in the body at the end of the day. So we should think of carbs as kindling, and it's our quick fire starter, right? It's our quick energy. It's not the sustained energy, right? It's quick energy. So examples of carbs, is not in there, okay, are fruits, vegetables, and grains. It's okay. When they're refined carbs, we will know them as most white colored foods, right? So like breads, crackers, cookies, cakes. Now, according to her, which according to a lot of people, Livy, she wants to color. Would you get her book? Shapes. You love shapes. I know you love shapes. Oh dear. I thought I was gonna be fine today. We do what we do. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. All right. Shapes. All right. If eating them, we should make sure that they're minimally processed, all right? We should really cut down on our refined carbs, all right? Yeah. And again, you should defer back to if you have a doctor who's done testing for you, or just knowing your body, how your individual blood sugar reacts. If you have a lot of type 2 diabetes in your family, you should know history, but this is all to do about blood sugar levels, okay? So it's a heated topic, so I'm not telling you what to do or what not to do. Bottom line, in her opinion, carbs need to be earned, which I like that. It's still a lifestyle. You're not banning them from existence, but it's a I worked out today. I need some more, kindling in my system. Or if you didn't, maybe you'll go lighter. It's kind of based on your workout, which I like that. Or walking, okay? What you're doing throughout the day. Okay, proteins. Proteins can come from animal or plant, and it's much of what your soft tissues of your body and your immune system are made of, which is good to remember. Amino acids and proteins, super important building blocks for our body. Protein is critical for healing, period. So whatever you do, make sure you're getting enough. And it's dependent on your activity level, whether you're breastfeeding or not, your lifestyle, all of it. So she personally aims for 1 gram per pound of body weight when she's training hard. But sometimes it's hard on her digestive system, so you got to make sure you're balancing out what all it looks like if you're doing some plant and some animal proteins, as well as I love our digestive products through doTERRA. Our probiotic, I can't go a day without it. And then our Terrazyme. So the Terrazyme really helps our body metabolize the food, any food we're putting in our system. So by doing that, then it helps ease if you're trying to up your protein and you're feeling like you're getting stopped up. We don't want that, okay? All right, so lastly, there's the fats, right? And again, eggs are good, eggs are bad. Eat fats, don't eat fats. Butter's good, butter's bad. I feel like that stuff's always changing. So right now, I feel like those healthy fats are the thing, right? So keep in mind what's working for you, do your research. Some foods naturally contain fats and carbs in combination, things like avocados or oils. And sometimes when we combine fats with carbs, especially with the addition of sugar, it's not so great on the system. So actually doing avocado toast, no, don't do that, okay? Not good on your system. All right, consider smoke points when you're cooking. Olive oil, for instance, does not have a very high smoke point, and yet people cook with it all the time. So watch out for that. Coconut oil and avocado oil have a high smoke point, so prefer cooking with those actually. Avoid seed oils like canola and corn as they oxidize really easily, literally in the bottle. Okay, we don't want to put things that are already oxidized inside our body. We want antioxidants. All right. And that's it. I hope that's helpful. I just found that really helpful. Just a simple review. Okay, yeah, like these are building blocks. Oh, proteins, amino acids. Right, good. What do I need for that? Oh, remember my, again, I have Crohn's. So like for me, it's really important to have a digestive aid helping my body along to both absorb and pass things more easily. So make sure that you're doing your brain dump this week. And then your 2 things, drink half your body weight in ounces and slow down to eat. If you grab 2 or 3 of those other ideas, tidbits, things I said, great. Let me know in the comments and we'll see you guys next week.